In this final series, I would like to end with several tips and also what you don't like to do and what you should be doing while taking care of your orchids. Do you know that orchids, I told you, like air circulation because it is aerial plant is hanging above the ground, and just that's why you have hanging pots. So orchid like this kind of situation where they live on branches, on racks, so they need this cooling effect of the wind. And it is good also if you have serious humidity problem with the air circulation will cool and reduce the humidity, and this will reduce disease incidence. This is one thing. And also orchid, as you know, also like moist ground area or maybe in the pot, but they don't like moist or wet environment above the ground. Actually orchids like a short period of dryness in between watering. They like to keep themselves dry before you do your next watering because of the condition or the morphology or physiology of the plant, because it's an aerial roots, because it gets suffocated if you have too much wetness or water or even submerge the roots. And do you know that the roots of the orchid is very unique, especially the monopodial, which is very thick roots. It's only above ground root. There is no in the pots, because this root is very thick. Actually, is covered with a layer called velamin, which has the ability to absorb the surrounding, all the essential elements, nutrient and gaseous exchange. So that's why orchid can feed themselves and grow well without you feeding. Orchids actually we are lucky because orchid has very thick leaf cuticles, stem, so insect doesn't like to bite orchid leaf, so you have less biting insect or sucking insect on your orchid leaf. So pest problem is mainly in the flower because it's a very soft tissue and then some young leaves. And another thing is that if you put your pot on the ground or on the slab or on the beam, this will encourage snail. So if you hang your pot, raise it in on a rack, I think it will be safer, and you make it difficult for snail to survive. So another thing, this is quite technical, as far as the temperature is concerned, as many questions has been asked, proposed to me. What is the ideal temperature for orchid? Orchid, the tropical orchid actually likes between 28 to let's say 20 degrees, 28 maximum and about 20 degrees minimum. Actually, as a good guide, there should be a maximum or 10 degrees difference between maximum and minimum temperature, day and night. This is a good indication. But with the netting, you can reduce 1 or 2 degrees centigrade. With the maximum temperature we are experiencing now, 33, 34, so you not advisable to actually grow orchids in the open, exposed to the sun, because the maximum is very, very high now. Compared 20, 30 years ago, it's only about 29 degrees. The other thing I like to share before I parted with you, this is how you can actually accidentally or without realizing kill your plant, or your plant will not grow and not flowering. Number one, over watering, too much water. Even though I said better not to be underwater than over watering. Over watering can actually cause a lot of problem and even kill your plant. And the other thing is excessive exposure to the sun. That means you do not know exactly how many percent shade that you'll be giving. So especially people just leave it in the open or for the time being, and that can kill your plant. And ventilation. If you put in a congested area, very poor circulation, or maybe not raised high enough, that will cause problem of poor ventilation. The other thing is you buy sick plant. You go to various places, Pasar Malam or any other market or any festival, you do not know that what you're buying is a sick plant, and then you bring them to your farm, and you can start a disease problem there, and also can spread around. The other thing that can affect your plant is to water in the evening or at night. This is very dangerous because at night is actually the weather is quite cool, and then if it is humid, this will encourage diseases. So please don't water at night because you encourage fungal infection. The other thing is, this is quite frequently asked, how much fertilizer you should put. Actually, if you spray to the leaf, you are quite safe. But if you insist in putting on the pot or use other formulation, actually the excessive fertilizer can actually damage your roots because of the salt accumulation. That's why you have to water heavily to remove the salt. And then the other one is watering. I mentioned earlier, quality of water. Most people will be convenient. You have no time, you're rushing, you just turn on the tap, put the hose, and then start watering using the public water, tap water. You know, all this water you directly from your public supply contain high chlorine. So chlorine can damage or can cause problem to your plant. So what you can do is to collect the water, put in a tank, and leave it overnight. Then only you use it for watering. So if not, you will have problem with the growth pole. Finally, about the pests and diseases, basically you brought in the problem into the farm, and it's very difficult to control if you brought in the farm the pests and disease from outside. With that tips and guidelines, I would like to take this opportunity to thank you for watching our video series on orchids. And then if you like to know more about Hexagon Green, I think you can check out the video in the playlist. You can also find us on Facebook, Instagram, and actually our farm is open for visiting. You can learn more by coming to the farm, and I think I can explain to you, or we can show you around what is the best practices that you can see here. So if you like what you have seen, please use a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel. Remember, growing orchid is not difficult. We have made it easy. See you later. Thank you for watching our video on orchids. If you would like to know more about Hexagon Green and orchid growing, check out our other videos in the playlist. You can also find us on Facebook and Instagram. Our orchid farm in Banting, Selangor is open on weekdays. We welcome visitors. If you like what we have seen, please give us a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel. Remember, growing orchid is not difficult. We have made it easy. See you next time.